Perhaps one of the hardest questions that I could ask you is what makes your MSP different from all of your competitors? And I don't mean in terms of operations or tech stack. I mean from the point of view of the prospect. What makes you a better choice than all your competitors? Let me share with you 3 key differences that you can turn into a competitive weapon to make sure you're never scared by this question ever again. MSP Alliance estimates there are 150,000 MSPs in the world. And as you and I know, in theory, an MSP can support any business anywhere in the world, in theory anyway. Which means that when an ordinary business owner or manager has finally given up on their incumbent and they're ready, willing, and able to switch, with so much choice, why would they pick you? This is really a question about differentiation. What makes you a better choice than the other MSPs that they could look at? The problem with differentiation is that you must look at it from the prospect's point of view and not your point of view. You know that you offer very good strategic advice, that your team's technical superpowers are better, and that you have a superior tech stack. But the prospects don't care about these things. Instead, they want to know stuff like, will everything just work? Will my staff stop complaining that their computer is slow? Can I get support if I'm working late at 8 at night? Ordinary decision makers pick an MSP based on how they feel about them. And they do this because their brain cannot judge which MSP is better just by facts alone. Non-technical people find it very hard to assess the competency of a technology company. So you know what? I think you owe it to them to make their life easy, to give them a clear emotional reason why they should pick you. And here are 3 ideas to help you do that. Idea number 1 is to be the face of the business. Now, we know that people buy from people, so give them an authentic person to buy from. And this is what I do with my MSP Marketing Edge. There are actually 13 of us on the team, but I'm the pretty face of the business. I'm all over the website, I do the podcast, I do the YouTube videos, I write all of our content, so it's in my voice. And you can do exactly the same in your MSP. And it's more than just putting your photo everywhere. You want every little bit of communication and content that comes out of the business to reflect your own authentic personality. When you use your personality to guide your marketing, something special happens. First, your marketing becomes utterly unique. There's no one else like you and never will be. And another MSP using their personality to guide their marketing will always get a different end result. When prospects consume personality-driven marketing, they very quickly decide that either you're not for them, which is okay, or better, they form a bond with you before they've even met you, which is insanely powerful. They get to know you, to like you, and to start to trust you months or even years before they consider buying from you. This just off the back of authentic personality marketing. In fact, their business becomes yours by default, and there's nothing any of your competitors can do to beat that. Idea number 2 is to pick a vertical or a niche or a niche. Now, the power of a vertical can be summarized in 3 beautiful words: pure marketing focus. When you market to a specific niche, you reach more people and you can have more influence with less effort. Let's say your MSP's marketing positions you as an expert in technology for CPAs, accountants, and you show this with a website that's just about technology for accountants. You've got testimonials and case studies from accountants. You've got downloadable guides about the software they use every day, a LinkedIn profile that's only connected to other accountants and only posts about technology for accountants, and regular blog content and LinkedIn newsletters, again, about technology for accountants. Any accountant looking at a new MSP would have to check you out if they were aware of you, right? In addition, you'll find closing the sale easier. Most B2B buying decisions are not made on price alone. Sure, price is a factor, but it's not the factor. Instead, buyers are looking for the right mix of factors in their IT support partners. And one of those is the perceived quality of what you do. And remember, people perceive specialists to be of a higher quality. In fact, they expect to pay more for this. Quick side note on this, the vast majority of MSPs with a vertical run it alongside their general business, and this is highly recommended as it allows you to dip your toe into the vertical to see if that works for you. do consider setting up a separate website for your vertical, because a page on your general website is okay, but an entire website really sends a message of perceived specialism. If you want to go all in, this method is to marry your market. You stop looking for new general business and just go for the vertical. Now, this is very brave and should only be attempted when you know, like 110%, that you have a good vertical and that they will buy from you. Side note over, let's get back to idea number 3. Go further than anyone else on the small things that matter the most. Earlier, I mentioned that ordinary business owners, ordinary decision makers say things like, can I get support if I'm working late at 8 at night? And that's an example of a small thing that makes a massive difference to people's lives. What are the small things that matter to your prospects? And how can you go further than anyone else? Can you offer spread out payment terms on hardware by perhaps picking a different distributor that allows you to do that? Can you partner with a business like Uptime Solutions to give you 24/7 help desk while you sleep? Can you send a technician to your client's site once a month, just routinely, and they mop up all of those little small tech problems that clients don't report, but they still get annoyed about? And printers, I'm looking at you. Oh, and on that last one, I know that you don't want to send a technician to site to find problems because that's a profit suck. Most MSPs feel that way. And that's exactly why it would be a smart marketing differentiator. Imagine writing this on your website. We're the only IT support business in your town who will visit your office every month to fix all the small but annoying tech problems before they can interrupt your staff. And we bring cookies. So tell me, which of those 3 differentiators would work best for your MSP?
Paul Green's MSP Marketing Edge.